Hello, welcome to today's craft, which is going to be crochet. I've been crocheting since just before Christmas last year. It has become my go-to therapy and my favourite thing to do. So yeah, so we're going to crochet today. We've technically got a project to be doing today, and then there is a week-long project. So that's why I thought I'd do crochet as our first craft. What we are doing today, and we are going to see how far we can get. Again, this will probably continue during the week if I don't get it all done today, which I don't think I will, but you know, there is hope. I have been making this amazing hexy granny stitch jumper. I've done it as a pullover. I've added a hood. I did the hood last night. I've just been slowly working on it. Yesterday I got the cuff done. I need to make a second cuff, and then I also need to make ribbing for the bottom of the jumper, and I need to, so today's mission, make the other cuff. I won't do the bottom ribbon today because that's going to take a while, and I want to extend the sleeves and put them in the cuffs so the sleeves are done. And then of course then I will work on the rest of the body with what is left over with the wool, because this is how much I've got of the skinny universe from Hobie. Well, I do have the XL, which I didn't realise was slightly chunkier. I'm using that for the cuffs, but I can use it on the bottom of the jumper if I want to then go into the cuffs, so it's not the end of the world. So yeah, so we're going to see how much of this we can get done today. Today I would like to get the sleeves finished, and potentially a couple rows of single crochet around the hood and the front little opening, so then it's all consistent. So that is the hope. So that's like the main day project. And the weekly project, which I'm currently waiting for wool to be delivered for, we are going to have a yarn delivery today. I'm so excited. Is I am making this amazing orange tweed chunky, it's just double crochets. It's 100 double crochets wide, and at the moment I'm at 108 rows long, using a 6mm hook. Yeah, this is going to be a bed runner for my sister for Christmas. I needed some more wool. This is 10.5 balls worth that I got in the charity shop, and I've had to order more to finish it. So literally, look, it's just waiting for some more wool to be attached, but that is waiting for supplies to be delivered today, and that will be our continuing during the week craft. So yeah, so we have technically 2 crochet projects, because I do love to sit and spend my evenings crocheting, especially at the moment while my mental health is very not great. It's my therapy basically. I find it so therapeutic and soothing, and yeah, it fixes a multitude of sins. But yeah, but as my day project, we're going to work on this amazing jumper. It is made using the Hobie Universe wool. This is the last of the 3rd ball I've got, and then this acrylic like deep purple I've got. So yeah, love the 2 colours together. And then I'm using Hobie XL to do the cuffs and the edging, and if I need to, the bottom of the jumper, but we will see how far our yarn stretches, because the sleeves don't need much on them, so I don't think it's going to eat up as much as I think it will. And I'm making the ribbing for the cuffs and the bottom out of the XL yarn, so yeah, so that's all good. So I'm going to hopefully, I think what I'm going to do is work on the second cuff so that I can make sure they are both the same size, and then we will get going on extending the length of the arms and attaching the cuffs, so then the sleeves are done, and then do the single crochets around the hood, and then the rest of the arm will be worked on, making it as long as I want it basically. I'm a fan of a long hoodie. So yeah, so there we go. So that's our plans for the day. It's going to be very quiet and chill, so I will just check in showing bits, and I will do a little bit of a time lapse maybe a wee bit later, but for now I'm just going to sit and quietly crochet. I am watching the Sewing Bee. If you're in the UK, you'll understand how great the Sewing Bee is, especially if you sew, which I do. So yeah, so that is my plans for the day so far, is to honestly sit, and if I just get the sleeves done today, that is one hell of a big step, you know, into forward. So I would be dead chuffed if I just get the sleeves done, because, you know, I don't like to give myself ridiculous targets. Basically the whole point of this creative week of crafting is just to enjoy doing some creative things. So yeah, but yeah, welcome to crochet day. Crochet day. So yeah, I'll catch up with you as I've got something to show you. But yeah, I've literally just done like 2 rows on this and attached it. So we have, if I'll show you what it looks like on, we have 1 cuff. I love how the colours blend, by the way. It's like magical unicorn. 10 out of 10. I cannot wait to dye my hair these colours, by the way. This is my autumnal hair colours, and if you can tell, these are being faded. So yeah, so once this jumper and my new hair, it's going to be such a good look, and some purple and green eyebrows. Oh, ultimate inspo. But for now, let's go crochet a cuff, and I'll catch up with you once I'm probably done with it, so then I can be like, look, there's 2 of them. But yeah, it's just ribbon, and I go into the back loop with some half double crochets. So that is how I do it. I use the same method as I do when I learn how to make beanie hats. I use that as my ribbing method, and I like to attach it separately. I don't like to do the crochet ribbon on as you go, because I like to fit the ribbing perfectly before I then attach it, so it just makes sense. And I don't mind sewing, so I'm quite happy to sew on cuffs. So yeah, so there we go. Cool, let's crack on. Hello, bit of a crochet catch up. I made my 2nd cuff. It's like 1, maybe 2 rows bigger than the other one, but it doesn't matter. It is a cuff. It fits my wrist. That's all that matters. And I like looser things anyway, so there's this one, so you can see the looseness of it. And then here's the one I did yesterday, so there's not much in it, to be fair. So yeah, so we now have a pair of cuffs. I'll be entirely honest, I haven't done any of the sleeves because I if you do not watch my weekly vlogs or you're not subscribed, you should. It's down below. I'd love some new friends. I am currently having a bit of a mental health blip, and yeah, dealing with the a stir up of some hideous PTSD, basically. So my brain and my body are in recovery mode, and in safe mode. So yeah, so I find just general everything really hard work this week, and yeah, so I'm giving myself this week and next week as a nice buffer in filming wise for you guys. Timings don't matter. So yeah, but yeah, so I had a lovely nap. I advocate naps. Naps are so good for your mental health, your physical health. Honestly, 10 out of 10, have a nap. But in the meantime, while I was asleep, I got a delivery of wool. I'll show you the smaller bag because I don't want to lift their bigger bag. And in it was the chunky tweed wool to carry on with the bed runner. So now I have got my size 6 hook available again. Now I've done the cuffs. I am going to carry on my sister's bed runner, which is a Christmas present. She already knows she's getting it as a Christmas present. She asked me for one. She just has no idea about the size of it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I'm going to sit and just double crochet mindlessly, and yeah, I think it's 3 balls of this wool I need to crochet. These are 100-gram balls. It's 3 balls I need to crochet, and then I'm going to test it on my bed. Should be finished by then, but I ordered 5 just in case, because you never know. And if all else fails with doing this in double crochets, it looks so damn cool. So no matter what, half a ball of it is going to become pumpkins. So yeah, but so the crochet stuff is going to go through this video. I'm going to spend however long I take filming this video, I will just add stuff to this crochet little day. So the crochet day isn't a whole day, it's an accumulation, because for me crochet is every day. So yeah, so that is kind of the plan. So yeah, so there we go. So on the actual day I got a cuff done and I got a delivery of wool, but obviously I will just keep adding to the crochet day, so there'll be little snippets of me just holding up stuff and updating, just because I think that would be the best way. And I will chuck a little time lapse in here somewhere, so it will be a mystery as to what I'm going to time lapse, but there we go. So catch up with you beautiful folks with my next thing. Hello, I thought we'd do a roundup of all the crochet I've done this week. I have not done a little time lapse, I just haven't got around to it. The times I've been crocheting have been odd and I just haven't had the camera nearby. So a crochet thing is a crochet thing, you know what it looks like. We'll start off with the not good thing that happened this week, or in this craft week. I crocheted an extra ball onto this bed runner and then realised, I was like, it's looking a bit wide, and looked and then counted the stitches. It was 23 stitches too big, so I had to unwind the ball I just crocheted. There was a brand new one in here so there's the ball I just crocheted wound onto here and about half of another ball, so I had to unwind a lot of rows. So this has actually went backwards in its progress, so I have not got this bed runner finished at all. And in fact, because I had to take so much of it apart, I've been a bit disheartened, so I haven't really touched it at all. So yeah, that one we haven't made any progress on, but on the plus side we have made loads of progress on several other things. Let me show you them. We'll start off with the other thing I was going to be doing this week, which was my pullover graddy sweatshirt, and as you can see we have 1 and 2 finished arms. So yeah, so they've been done, which is great. I did decrease a bit, so yeah, and then obviously I made the other cuff. I did take it, remember I was saying it was a couple lines too big, I did take them out and resize it smaller. So yeah, so we now have cuffs, which is great. So now I just need to get this finished, I need to do a couple rows of single crochets around the hood, and then I need to extend the body because it's quite cropped at the moment, with a couple more rows and then the ribbing at the bottom. But that's a slow project for me to be cracking on with. I have done 6 to 7 rows on this. It's going to be a star jumper, so it's going to go like this. I'm thinking of adding a few more rows at the top here just to make it a bit wider here. So yeah, and then obviously it connects under the arms for the armpits, so yeah. And then I'm going to extend basically these parts down and make it a dress. So I already have one done, so I've got that other side finished now, so I can now start working on the logistics of how I want to make it a dress, which is very fun. I started on a blanket. How cool is that? I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've got like this much of a square going. Square's done. So yeah, so I've got rainbow wool, which looks like this. It's just double crochets in a solid granny square, and then there is the pink one, which comes out really well, and lots of variations, and then there is green. So yeah, so those are the colours that it's going to be, but I have like double the wool. I have 2 balls. I had, well, to start with I had 4 balls of rainbow, 2 balls of pink, 2 balls of green. I've used up a ball of rainbow, a ball of pink, and I'm going to use up the ball of green. So basically I get 4 squares out of a ball, and then there's a bit left over, so I'll see what I can do at the end. But yeah, this is going to be a blanket for my sofa here. As you can see, I have a black sofa, so this will be very dramatic, I think, on my sofa. So this is a nice slow project, but I have worked a chunk on it, which has been fun. With me not doing the bed runner, I have started another Christmas present instead, in the same delivery that the orange wool came in and the rainbow wool and all that for the blanket came this amazing chunky autumn wool to make my mum a jumper or cardigan for Christmas. So yeah, I'm working on a granny square cardigan. So yeah, slowly working on that just as a nice thing. And then last night, just to round this off, I have been working on what I lovingly call my pigeon skirt, because you can see why I call it my pigeon skirt. And yeah, it's a pigeon in walking on crunchy leaves. So pigeon, and we're now orange is his feet, and then we're on to the crunchy leaves. So the red layer is what I've been working on. There was half a ball of yarn I finished yesterday, and I'm about halfway through this one. It doesn't look like it because it's an centre pool, so it's very skinny. So yeah, and I have ordered some more cotton because this is rainbow 8 for cotton, so I've ordered some more colours to carry on with this. And this is the Lily of the Valley skirt by Hannah Draplinsky. So yeah, so I've been working on that. So I have been a very busy bean actually, and I'm very pleased with all the crochet stuff I've been working on. So yeah, so I've hoped you have enjoyed this little section of this craft week. And obviously crochet has been over the week and a half, nearly 2 weeks. So yeah, so I've done a lot, but I've enjoyed it because crochet is my therapy. So there we go. So there's a final catch up of all the things I've done / had to take apart, which is a realism with crochet. Not everything's perfect, but the joys of that I can just go through and it will be grand. I'd rather take it apart and make it perfect, bearing in mind we are still in the last few days of August, and I have got several Christmas projects already going, so that is very, very productive, I think. So it's fine to have a week or two delay and have a little break from something, bearing in mind how intently I was working. I've kind of gave myself a bit of a shoulder injury, so my body needed to rest from working on that project. So yeah, evil necessary. So there we go. So on to the next craft. Hello, and welcome to the next craft. We're just doing an overhead view today because I'm testing out my new overhead camera. But here is today's crafting stuff. I've been on the hunt to try and find all my stuff from my visit to Amsterdam last summer, which I have found. And I've got some bits and pieces out. And yeah, if you've seen one of my, I did a sketchbook video before. I just did the base layer in my most recent travel journal, but we're working back on the old one, which as you can see is well loved. By the way, I'm doing this kind of blind, so if you see me popping in like this, it's just to check that it's still filming and I'm in view. Also excuse my squeaky chair. So yeah, so it has all my visits from 2003 to 2004. 2 trips to Paris with me, right? A trip to Paris with just me, and a trip to Amsterdam just me. So what I'm going to be working on today is some more of the Amsterdam stuff. Having found a lot of my postcards and bits and pieces and stuff to work from, and yeah, if it makes you feel better, I literally just now went and found a whole load of my stuff for this trip to Amsterdam. I mean, look, I've got my pin badges, I've got my patch from the Van Gogh Museum. So yeah, so I found all the stuff I've really desperately been looking for. And if you have heard me talk before, I'm making a Dutch art wall in my living room, and I've been desperately looking for some postcards that I knew I bought that I wanted to put on the wall, and I found them. So yeah, because I want to put this one up on the wall, and I also want to put up, this is the one I've got a needle point of, that I'm very impressed that I have a needle point, didn't even realise. I'm going to put that one on the wall as well. So yeah, so I've got these lovely postcards, bookmarks and stuff, and maps, and yeah, obviously not going to put the pin badges and the patches in, they're going to be going on jackets, but I'm very happy to have found them. And I've got a whole load of photos and stuff. So yeah, so we are going to be working with my new acrylic markers I bought the other day from Home Bargains for $4.99. I've never had acrylic markers before. I was also saying about finding stuff. I found metallic paints I didn't even know I owned, so yeah. And I found another craft for a studio another day. Please excuse the squeak, it's going to get on my nerves, but hey, solar photo prints, which I thought would be a fun craft for another day. So we're going to do this. It's due to be sunny next week, so that's going to be a fun craft next week. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing them. So, but that is another craft for another day. Today we are working on my sketchbook by just sticking things in, collaging, junk journaling, and adding some drawings on top. I do have my phone to hand, which has got all my pictures, a lot of my pictures on, and obviously I've uploaded them to a folder, I think on Facebook. So yeah, so I've got them. I've got glue sticks, scissors, paint markers. I don't really want to do full-on painting like these kind of my little travel watercolours, but I do have a lot of my pens in here as well. So yeah, so we do have supplies to add in and draw onto, which is very good. And I've also got some like little, I like making like these brown paper booklets and cards to stick in and work on top of, so we have those as an option. So yeah, so let's crack on with it and just work for a bit. So, but there we go. Let's see if I can zoom it in from sitting down. I can. Oh, I might need to move my sketchbook up. There we go. So there we go. So this is what we've done. Here is the flower market and here is my reference. I think that came out pretty good. I like that. And then I did my tattoo and I've given it a colour background. That is all I've actually done. It's not much, but for someone who literally just wants to curl up, it feels like 24/7 right now, I think that's pretty good progress for something happening today. So yeah, so there we go. Hope you've enjoyed this little bit of sketchbook work. Yeah, we will carry on with other bits and pieces, and there will of course be another just solo sketchbook vlog, because I do like these and it's minimal effort. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you beautiful folks later. Bye. Hello and welcome to our next craft. This is a very chill one because I am on minimal energy reserves today. So we're going to do one of these pieces and then see if we can get the other one done. If not, we'll do the other one tomorrow morning. Is how it's going to roll. We are going to be dyeing some clothes today. First I'll show you the plain thing we're going to be dyeing. This is a pair of broderie anglais trousers. I don't really wear white, but I love these. I got these recently in Primark, reduced off their summer sale. I did want to dye them pink, but I've used up all my pink fabric dye. Thankfully, I have 2 packets of this intense violet, and it says 1 pack is 250 grams of fabric, and because I want to make sure these are properly dyed, I'm going to use both packs just to make sure it is dyed properly. I'm going to do it in a bucket on my little balcony out there, and then obviously rinse, and I will chuck it through the washing machine to wash it properly. So there's that one. And then this one is a viscose dress I picked up in the charity shop. As you can see, I've tried to ice dye it, but some bits came out really good and other bits didn't. So I'm not quite with it. It just looks like it got caught with something else right now. So I'm going to be dyeing this. I mean, yeah, also 10 out of 10 suggest looking in charity shops for fabric dyes. It's amazing how many things you find. Dress from the charity shop, dye from the charity shop. This is a dark green fabric dye. It gives you the instructions for how to wash it in the washing machine, but I'm going to do it in the bucket method, although I could do it in the washing machine. I don't know. I haven't had the best luck dyeing things in the washing machine because obviously fabric folds. At least in a bucket I can like pull it up and stir it and all that, so I think I will prefer to dye that soaking rather than in the washing machine. And obviously with the different colours already in it, it will still have a multi-tonal quality to it is what I'm hoping, but more solid. So yeah, basically I want to be like, the aim was Moss Fairy, the reality Swamp Witch. So yeah, dropped a pen from yesterday. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with the purple trousers, so I think they're going to be fun and the most dramatic. So I'm going to go get the bucket I bought to do this dyeing because yeah, I don't have any spare lying around, big pots or anything. Thankfully this one you just dampen the fabric, dissolve the dye in 500 ml of warm water, 6 litres of warm water, add in 250 grams of salt, and then add in the dye. Leave this to soak, keep stirring, moving it, and then rinse it out. So there we go. So yeah, so we are going to crack on with that today. So these are the befores, and I will come back to you once they are both dyed and dry with the afters. So before and hello, excuse the change of angle, but here is the after. This has got to be the most successful I've ever had dyeing clothes. They came out so good. I will start with the trousers. It dyed all the stitching, but just not the stitching like round the waist, and there's a little split on the leg. which is fine, but they are the most glorious shade of purple. So yeah, so very happy with these, so I can't wait to wear them. And this is the dress. Again, this came out really well. I actually much prefer this than the ice dyed version. So yeah, this is the dress. It was originally like a sort of washed out beigey colour. I tried ice dyeing it. As you can still see, there are indications of where I ice dyed it, but now it's more of a consistent, lovely rich green all over on the back as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. So it's literally, you know, really nice. So this with my peacock coloured hair in the autumn and winter will be spectacular. So it will fulfill what it needs to be, which is moss witch, moss fairy. So yeah, cannot wait to wear this, and it's, yeah, beautiful colour. So I'm very happy with them. And there is another craft ticked off my little list, so yeah, thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Yeah, now have a wonderful little system set up and cannot wait to dye some more clothes. And learnt there is nothing wrong with dyeing something one solid colour, to change it up, because I kept doing just ice dyeing, and actually solid colour is just as nice, because yeah, I've really got into dressing into tones of one colour in a really fun way, so that will be so fun. So very happy with that, and on to the next craft. Hello, welcome to a new craft. I hope all this is in view. Apologies if it's dark, kind of need it to be, because we are about to do solar printing. I did this when I was a kid. So yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to do. So I've got bought a tray, turning it over, and I do have a pane of glass. So what I'm going to do is figure out an idea of the layout, then get the paper out, put it on, cover it with the glass, and then take it outside for, as it says on the back, 5 to 10 minutes. Expose it in the sun, take it off, rinse it, leave it to dry, and then it's all good. This was £5.19 from Sostengrena. So yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to try. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to have a play around. I've just went down to my little downstairs garden, which is still going thankfully, and got out some stuff. Just going to stand and check everything is in camera view. It is. So yeah, so I've got some sweet peas, because I have an everlasting sweet pea that's still going. I love my sweet pea. So the bees have had it all summer. Oh, there's a caterpillar. Excuse me, little guy. Can't have you in the print. Come on. Why do caterpillars do that wiggly shit? Go up. I don't have to pinch you. You're too small to pinch. There we go. Unfortunately. He's got to go outside. So there we go. That's how fresh they are. Still got caterpillars on. So yeah, so I've got bits of sweet pea, fennel, rattlesnake grass, which is dried, and I've just cut a chunk of that off, and then I've went round my house plants. So I've got a bit of asparagus fern. I'm not sure the name of this, but was it oxalis? Those type of clover, and then my cheese plant. So yeah, so I thought we'd have fun and do some prints with the plants I've got. So I'm not too sure on the size of the paper, to be honest, so let's open this and have a look at, just if we can, the size of the paper. It does come a little bit of plastic you put over, but obviously I'm using plants that are quite big, so I've got a bit of glass, so that is the size of the paper. So in reality I probably could do a couple prints at a time, which I think might be a good idea. What else did I want to get out? Oh yeah, I've just got to grab, I've got a couple little tiny bits of honesty, if I get them. Here we go. Sorry, I'm not very prepared today. These were growing at the roadside when I went to Giverny to my nice house and garden last summer. So I want to put them in a print so they are memorialised forever. They are going to go in a frame, but still would be nice. So that's kind of my aim, is to do some prints. So I think I'm going to try 2 first, and then once I've got the idea of it, we can carry on. Not everything needs to be printed. I just got more stuff than I needed, because I think it'd be a really good idea on one of them just to pile a load of stuff on and get a whole load of because it'll come out blue, different shades of blue, in the fact that some's on top of the other, so it won't be as solid as another. I don't know, this is entirely done by the sun, so it is yeah, a bit of a mystery. But I think we'll start with the honesty, because that is very delicate. And I think with it I'm going to put, because I'm hoping it's going to get the opacity of it and go through, but you never know. So if it's that kind of size bit of paper, which is up to about, what, here? Let's see if we can put a little mark. There we go. Got an idea of sizing then. I can figure out a bit of a layout. So I'm thinking, I love the swoosh of this bit of sweet pea. It is something you kind of will need to put it on fast. This is why laying it out beforehand is a very good idea. I like that one as well. I like the little dots. I quite like the idea, maybe the big bit coming out, because then there's so many bits on it, although that could be a really good one just by itself, I think. Maybe because we've got some dried stuff, let's add on some rattlesnake grass. I have got some little scissors here to cut stuff, so yeah, gonna have some fun. And this is literally just because I want to do something a bit fun and creative, and I enjoy this kind of thing. It's one of my favourite memories from the camp trip I took with my school as a kid, is doing this, and it's stuck in my head. So if I have kept it as a memory since I was 9, it was a good memory. So yeah, so it was worth it. So that's what we're gonna be playing with today. So we're gonna, I think, lay down the rattlesnake grass in the back. Don't want to make it too cluttered, but also I really just want to have fun with this. I like the fact that it's going to go past the top of the paper. So, because I can always just try and insert the paper behind it. Might be a cool idea. In the honesty, I'm going to do its own bit with just that bit of sweet pea. This one I think we're going to have fun with, of lots of textures. So this is my fennel. It's now flowered and it's gone to seed. So, and these are some of the bits of it. So let's give that as a texture. Let's double check this is all in place. It is. I don't know, let's try turning on a lamp, because obviously I'm a bit worried for when the solar bed comes out, but here we go, it's an idea. I think that's a pretty good composition. So basically what it is it's figuring out compositions of background, mid-ground and foreground in plants. Just sound very fancy and use my art degree. Oh yeah, that one's going to go on. It's a fine. This of the ferns would be very pretty. They're a bit large and in charge. The ferns, because obviously it's chocolate paper. No. Oh, where's that? Ferns are very pretty. Other bits of honesty down the bottom, I think. And the seed. And then we're going to lay sweet peas. something like that. Would be quite fun. And then maybe do one bit of honesty one side and one bit of honesty the other. I think there's two really good compositions for this. So yeah, so I'm going to just switch this light off for 2 secs. Open up the solar paper. It's basically a photo paper. You want to have it as dark as possible, but as you can see, it's a challenge when you live somewhere and you're trying to use the daylight. So yeah, so I'm going to slide the paper underneath, quickly readjust if I need to, and then put the glass over the top and leave it outside for 5 to 10 minutes. And then we will come back in and do, once those are done, I will rinse them, and then we'll get on to the next couple, and we will, yeah. There are 5 sheets of paper in this kit. Yep, 5 sheets of paper, and obviously if this is good, I know you can get like the chemicals to do this, as well as like the pre-made sheets of paper from other places, as well as like Temu and all that. So yeah, so I think I will invest in some. So here we go, look, see the blue? We're going to work as quick as humanly possible, because I don't want to expose this to too much light. I know you can take your time, but I did photography in college, so I know the delicateness of light and paper. So let's get this on and going. So go on. This is also very, very fun. I love this kind of playing around and unpredictable art. It's creative and inventive and yeah, just fun. So there we go. So these are my pieces. We're going to just go down with the glass. We are about to take them outside for 5 to 10 minutes and then rinse them off. So see you in a bit. The first lot of prints have come out, and they've come out really good. So yeah, so I'm going to set up now to basically do 3 in a row at the bottom here. So then we're all done with the prints. I've just rinsed them and they're draining in the sink. So yeah, so we're going to leave them to it. So we're going to have a bit of fun. Yeah. These came out very solid actually, so, but that's cool. I now need to frame them is my main thing, so I really need to be doing that. But we're going to have fun. We're going to have sweet peas. I'm going to use my house plants, so cheese plant, oxalis, who are already closing up. That's how good they are. So we're going to have to kind of help them along with staying open, because yeah, that is the whole kind of point, is I want them in their open stage, because otherwise that would just be a solid thing like that. So yeah, so I'm going to take them off their stalk, and yeah, and I'm going to reuse the asparagus fern. It came up very delicate as expected, because asparagus fern is very delicate, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that, so I don't mind. But yeah, so I'm thinking house plants, which is where the asparagus fern will come in. That will. So that's a house plant one. Thinking this one by itself because it's so big. Or I might just do a whole load of sweet peas, because I absolutely love sweet peas. They're my favourite thing I grow. So yeah, I think I might just literally do a whole load of sweet peas at the bottom and have them just be, because yeah, they're absolutely wonderful. Maybe add in some fennel at the bottom as a bit of interesting stuff, you know, because that could be fun. What is it with wildlife living in this? Rude. How dare the wildlife live in their own plants? There we go. I think that's a pretty good layout for sweet peas. They're just literally going to be laid out. I'm going to remove these 2 bits of honesty because I really don't want to lose them, all the seeds out of them. You know when you really treasure something silly and small, but yeah, those are my birthday little thing, and I'm very proud to have them. So there we go. So now we're going to just work on this far side a bit here of the oxalis, the cheese plant and the asparagus fern. I do have another plant, but the whole point of that interest is the colour of it. It's a wonderful colour. So yeah, it's green with like bright purple behind the leaves. It's bright purple, so yeah, that's its interest. So thankfully my cheese plant was reduced from Tesco quite a couple of years ago now. Yeah, I gave it a drink, as you do with any plant that needs rescuing. 2 seconds, I'm just going to pause the TV programme so we don't get shouted at. Please excuse my son's music in the back. But yeah, got this cheese plant. It was desperately in need of a drink and not very happy, so I gave it a drink, and it's since grown a couple of foot down and drapey, and I love it. So yeah, it's one of my favourites. I think we should maybe put the asparagus fern. Where's the line? Like that. And then the oxalis dotted through it. It's quite delicate, the asparagus fern. And these look a bit like tiny butterflies, so yeah, why not embrace it? So I think that is good. So I'm just going to switch the light off. And we're going to work quick and do these 3 final prints and then cover it with the glass, of which I have snagged part of my hand, so I'm very pleased that I'm going to put that frame in the bin. It's not very safe. Yeah, let's do some more fun art prints. So there we go. So here we go. This bit, scoot it under. Kind of scooted, kind of didn't. We're okay. There we go. It's 1. That one scooted right. 2. Foam at the bottom. And then I think this one we're just going to have to do it on the paper. But we're going to work quick. So that is the aim of this stuff, is the quicker the better. So that is what we're aiming for. So come on, little oxalis, slow you out. On. Looks like tiny butterflies. I rather like that vibe. There we go. On there. I like this fun twisted relief. And then we're going to have a big one on there. So there, done. So let's put some glass over this to smush it all down. And our final lot of prints. There we go. So yeah, you can take these out. Hello, we are back. Oh, let me just flip my screen over so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Not really, but you know, I have zoomed in so you guys can see exactly. Here are our prints, or sun printing, solar printing. These are the, I forget what they're called, sweet peas. Come out really well. This is the house plants, so it's my Monstera cheese plant. The fennel came out so good. The fennel, the asparagus fern, you see the real delicacies in it, and I love how the oxalis does look like little butterflies. So yeah, so that came out really good. This is the rattlesnake grass with some fennel from downstairs. came out good. And then this is the asparagus fern with bits of sweet pea, and these are the honesty. You actually can see the seeds in that one, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I like that. They're slightly shadowed in a fun way because of the direction the sun was when I did them. So yeah, and also because I didn't squish everything completely flat, there was a little bit of like edge between, like, say this is the paper and this is the glass, there was a little bit of space, so everything wasn't completely smushed. So yeah, so there's that one. And then this is the middle one with that really cool one that I liked the look of, out of the sweet peas with the cool bits. And yeah, I love it. They look really watercolory. So I mean, yeah, especially like these ones, that's how it was on the tray. So are you all in the shot? Let's shuffle. There we go. But so it's like a triptych, these ones, which is really cool. So these might be fun to frame up like that. Maybe do like a triptych of all three together. So I think that would be fun because they all like connect through in various ways. And then these two prints here could be separate. So yeah, very pleased with these. They came out really well. It was a very fun craft to do, nice and easy. Yeah, just check that your sheet of glass, or it does come with, there is a little YouTube video by Sostink Grenner online, and it does come in here with 2 frames to put the bin, as well as 2 clear acetate sheets that you're meant to put over, but they show on their thing using like pressed flowers, and I obviously used fresh. So yeah, so glass is heavier if you're using fresh flowers. Using flat things, obviously it will be better than what I used. So, but there we go. So I'm very, very happy with them. That was a very fun craft to do. And yeah, I will see you for the next one. Hello and welcome to the next bit of this video. We're going to be mending today. Let me just sit you down. Yeah, I had planned to do loads and loads of mending, but be honest, my steam is running out. So yeah, so we're going to mend one thing, and I think this might be our final thing for this creative week. I know I said I was going to make some rainbow bloomers, but I'll be honest, I just don't have the steam in me to be doing it. I've had a nice couple of days between the last time I did something and today. Spent the day with my mum, went out to the shops, got myself a whole load of nice like autumnal candles and bits, and yeah, just been taking it easy. Yesterday was a full-on rest day because I went out with my mum, and went to her house for dinner and that, and yeah, just exhausted myself. But yeah, so I can see today being the final day on this little creative week. Does not mean I'm not going to carry on making things, it just means I don't really want to film anymore making things basically. So let me just grab the threads. Oh, I have just put some new storage on my sewing table, so we do have that. But I'm going to be mending my son's beloved Anaheim Mighty Ducks jacket. You can kind of see why it needs a mend. This was mine as a teenager basically, and as he got bigger he fell in love with it. His favourite colours are purple. It's purple, and yeah, he fell in love with it, so he has been wearing it, and I've had it since I was like 13, 14, 36. So, and yeah, I wore it a lot. It went into storage, you know, packed away my hockey jerseys because huge ice hockey fan basically, and then he liked it. So yeah, so basically what I have got to mend is there's this big hole up here on the shoulder and this little one starting here. There's not any on the other side. Just looking for bits that need mending. The actual fabric is changing colour. That's how well loved this coat is. But round the cuffs there is also lots of worn spots where the fabric has just, you know, had its life. But you do not know how rare this jacket is. It's impossibly hard to find. So yeah, and then there's some more little holes on the other sleeve. So what I plan to do is I have got this purple and this green, which are a pretty not bad match, you know. It's the nearest I can get out of the threads I own. I don't want to go buy more stuff I already own. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up a couple of bobbins so the bottom thread matches the top thread, and I will quickly show you my sewing machine as to what I do to be able to do the stitch. Basically it's a zigzag stitch on the smallest possible size, really small size, so it's very close together, and it's like a thick embroidery stitch. And I used to use it to make like embroidery lines on, like I used to do these big back patches for jackets for me and my son when he was younger. But that is what I'm going to do, is just literally embroider over it. It doesn't matter if it catches the lining, all that matters is the fabric is protected and won't keep tearing. And also we love a visible mend. It shows that a garment has had its life and it's been well loved, which this jacket is, so we want to give it lots more years. So let me just show you what I'll do for this. I've only just plugged it in, so yeah. On my stitches I usually go down to 14, so we'll turn it around to 14, and then I'm going to change the stitch length. So this is the stitches on it on my machine, which is a Toyota CEF. Don't ask me the specifics. Yeah, I got it secondhand a long time ago, and I generally turn it between 1 and 0.5, and it takes a really close stitch. So yeah, so I'm gonna wind some bobbins up. I need to use my little external bobbin winder. I'll show you. Oh, this is the basket I added to my table, but yeah, my external bobbin winder, because my one has lost a little bit of metal and my battery is flashing. So yes, I'm going to wind some bobbins, get this all threaded up, and I'll film a little clip of me sewing and then show you the final garment. But yeah, this is going to be a nice little quick segment, so I'll catch up with you when we get going. Excuse the background washing machine, but here is the biggest hole. I have fixed loads of holes on the bottom of the jacket. I'll show you quickly, like that. So yeah, just thick embroidery. Make sure it focuses, if it will. There we go. And then it just leaves a mark on the inside, but that's fine. So that is what we're going to do now to fill this hole, is just zigzag back and forth really close in together. So I thought I'd just show you how it's done. So yeah, please excuse me if I'm a bit loud. I'm using the fancy overhead camera thing, and also my chair keeps squeaking. So, and there's a washing machine going on, double whammy. So yeah, let's fill in this hole, because I have been nagged so long. It's now made a hole and it's getting bigger, so it needs to be fixed. So see how it's coming together. I will go back and catch those white bits just to make sure everything is covered, but yeah. And there we go, is a mended hole. It's quite secure. Yeah. Is it a bit of visible mending? Yes. Does it matter? No, as long as there is no longer a hole in my son's favourite jacket. And as we know, if you haven't watched anything before, my Rye is autistic, so has preferences, and we do not do change in our household. He has this beloved jacket, he has a wool coat, and he has a leather jacket. Those are the things he wears. So yeah, I have to keep them well maintained and looked after. So there we go. So I think that is the last of the purple. So I'm now going to swap to the tealy colour and work on the mending now in the sleeves. So I'm going to take this bit of my machine off so I can put the sleeve round and just go back and forth over these, and the bit in the, there's a split in the arm here, bit, oh hiccups, but yeah, work on mending these and filling in the gaps. So yeah, so I've got to stretch it because obviously there is a lining in here, so just stretch it out a bit and then yeah, fill in the gaps, which would be fine. So there we go, but that is cool, very happy with that, and the other mending. So might even have fun and debobble the front, zoom you out a bit, the front patch here. I do have a debobbler, so I might debobble that just to give it a refresh all round, and then I'm going to chuck it through the washing machine and just, yeah, because it's grubby. It's been a while since I've been able to chuck it through the wash, so that is what I'm going to do. But there we go, so happy with mending, and yeah, renewing beautiful vintage jackets so they can be worn still, and all that matters is that the lining, all that's happened is the lining is now sewn down in places, which is not the end. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on sewing these holes near the cuffs and on the sleeves, and I'll get back to you when it's all done and dusted. So yeah, so here is the thing, go mend your clothes, jackets, coats, scarves, hats, mend your favourite things, and they can last forever. This is a second generation jacket getting its first mend, so yeah, look after your clothing, and yeah, you're gonna have fun stuff. And it doesn't, obviously I'm doing my invisible, you can do invisible mending, but I like to show that stuff's had a life and it makes it a bit more fun and unique. So yeah, so I'm off to go sew some more holes up. And there we go, we're all done and dusted. Let me show you my mends. We've done all the bits on the cuffs. They were a bit more fiddly than I thought they would be, but we got there in the end. Let's make sure it focuses. But yeah, so all these bits. This one was a bit harder than I thought it might be. Please excuse the colour of this jacket. It is about to go for a run through the washing machine because teenage boys. It's grubby. But yeah, and this one all fixed. Excuse the colour of the lining, but yeah, see. And then, as I showed you, we have done the hole on the shoulder, so that is all fixed. There was a little hole by the neckline I didn't even know, so that's been done. Bits by the pocket, and of course all the fixes down on the bottom. So yeah, so we have given this jacket a lot more life now, and yeah, we have saved my son's favourite jacket, as well as, you know, extended its lifetime. So there we go. But hope you've enjoyed this. So I'm trying to get the lighting right. It's a bit hot because that is really bright. By the way, this is meant to be horrible rain this afternoon, so God, it didn't happen, which is very nice. But yeah, so I'm very pleased. We've got around to 5 crafts on what was basically our DIY creative retreat at home, basically. My mental health has appreciated it a hell of a lot. It's been about this light. It's been fun trying out new things, you know, revisiting things I did as a kid and haven't done since. We've fixed some things, we've dyed some things, we've crocheted a lot, as you would have seen. We have done both arms on that jumper. We have started a blanket. I've done a few other little bits and pieces. Stopped one Christmas present, started another, you know, as you do. but it's all good. So yeah, so it has been a very, I think, successful little DIY retreat, and I would definitely do this again, I think. I have a little list of crafts and bits for me to do and sew, mend. So of course I already do some creative videos, but I do think every now and then I'm just going to do a week of creativity, just when I'm feeling a bit low and I think I might just need less talking, more doing kind of vibes, or just a nice little safe bubble for my brain. I would definitely be doing this. So yeah, so I've enjoyed this a lot. It's been very nice, and yeah, my mental health has appreciated this slow 2 weeks, because obviously last week, if you watch my weekly vlogs and you are a regular and a beautiful person, and if you're not, there is a subscribe button down there. I'd love to have some more beautiful people who yeah, are my friends. You know that I really tried to do a weekly vlog, and yeah, I just couldn't. So I had last week and this week to work on this video. This week has been I have like a week off a month now, just to be kind to myself. So yeah, so I've been doing this creative stuff, activities, over like a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks, and it's been very nice. So yeah, so there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I hope I've inspired you to go do something creative. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, just go do something, oh pardon me, that gives you that sort of, you know, dopamine, serotonin boost, and yeah, that warm fuzzy, I did this. Go do it, it's very nice for your brain. So yeah, but I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're new here and you've enjoyed it, or even if you're a old school beautiful person who has been kicking around with me for the year or so I've been doing YouTube now, give us a big old thumbs up, would be magic. Love lots of new friends, you know, and it's nice to know if you enjoy these kind of videos or not. Obviously I've made this because I have enjoyed doing it, but if you do enjoy watching it, it would be nice to be able to share with you, you know. And yeah, I will catch up with you beautiful people in my next video. So yeah, so I'll see you later. Bye.